Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 16th episode of the SCT Americas podcast. Today, we have Mr. Prem Kumar Ashok Kumar with us, who is working as an ERP Project Associate at the Commissioner of Great Lakes, and he is based out of Toronto. Welcome, Prem. And I would like to introduce our other host in today's episode, Mr. Tariq, Hari, and Atul. So, host, I would like you guys to introduce yourselves.
Hari, go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Hari. I'm 2008-2012 batch SCT. ഞാനിപ്പോ സിയാറ്റിലാണ് സിയാറ്റിൽ വാഷിംഗ്ടൺ. I work at Amazon as an engineering manager.
Hi, this is Tariq Firoz, working with Deloitte in US, San Francisco. 2008-2012 മെക്കാനിക്കൽ ബാച്ച്. ഞാനിവിടെ അല്ല മാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് ചെയ്ത് ജോബിനായിട്ട് ഓൺസൈറ്റ് US വന്നാണ്.
So myself Vishnu, ഞാൻ 2008-2012 batch electronics and communication from SCT. After SCT, I've done my MBA from India, post which I worked for roughly 4 years. Again, after which I came to the US to do another master's in supply chain management. I am working now as a supply chain consultant at a company called Bristlecone, and I'm based out of Dallas.
Hello everyone. My name is Prem Kumar. I've been here for the past 2 years in Toronto. I basically immigrated from India. After my post-graduation, I did 2 years. I did work for 2 years in a company called Inloxis Techno Private Limited as a project engineer. After my post-graduation from Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee, in Industrial Metallurgy. Of course, SCT has been more like a family to me, and at very crucial junctures, they have provided me the support, and it's like a brotherhood. It's not just, it's an emotion basically. um, you know it's good to see Tariq here, who was my classmate, and good to see Vishnu, who was my busmate, and of course Atul and Hari. Uh, I'm not talked to them much. I know them very well. And of course, Preeti was not able to come in, but yeah, she was the same batch as mine as well. Um, so coming back to so like my reason for my immigration to Canada, basically main thing is it's proximity to the US, because my aunt, my mother's younger sister, she lives in Texas, and it was for a long time. It was a long time dream that somewhere down the line, I'll migrate to the US. But but it became a dream only. For a long time I tried so many options. Like after 2012, after my graduation, I basically struggled to me, and I searched for a lot of options, and things didn't work out. I went to Ace Academy to study for GATE, and it didn't work out too, and also for engineering services. And basically, I tried almost everything out. I had 3 backlogs when during my period of study at SCT. Then I basically cleared them before graduation, but despite doing all that, it was not sufficient. Basically, I was equipped with a degree. The degree was just a degree. Then, of course, after it was those years in which I studied GATE that I gained strong fundamentals in the subject back again, and then probably prepare for GATE. First time I wrote GATE after the preparation, it didn't work out. The next year, basically in 2014, that's when things happened, and I managed to secure an admission in Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee. Coming to Roorkee, it was a very conducive environment for research, but not for basically a career forward. A career forward was in research, not in basically industry. I thought, maybe I will end up in some college in Europe doing PhD after my post graduation. But fortunately or unfortunately, I was offered a job in one of the companies in Bangalore. It's in Loxis Technopark. It's a basically a warehousing and racking company. I did a couple of large projects. Like one is for VIP Industries Limited. Not that VIP. It's like the bag or VIP Skybags. um, okay. There's another company called VIP. It's not that company. So so uh, so like that was a very pretty large project, like about 100,000 square feet, and a $1 million project. It was very highly appreciated and sets new standards in industry. like they didn't have a proper, they had a standard beams and cross sections when before my arrival and before doing that project. But I actually, using SolidWorks and other mechanical tools, I prepared a particular curved shaped beams which held the load bearing capacity, and like it was pretty that project was a bit of success.
More
And
efficient skills.
also the flooring was also widely acclaimed, and like it was implemented in multiple projects thereon. So that was quite and it is not because I have learned everything perfectly in engineering. Like it was basically all application. Like at the moment, at the nick of the moment, something came up, and then I applied, and I developed those things.
സോറി, ഞാൻ
Uh,
ഒന്ന് ഇന്ററപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാണ്. സോ വാസ് ദിസ്
അവനൊന്ന് ശ്വാസം വിട്ടിട്ട്.
അതാ
ഞാൻ ഇന്ററപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോവായിരുന്നു. ഞാൻ ഫിനിഷ് ചെയ്യട്ടെ. നീ ഇന്ററപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തോ?
ഞാൻ ഇന്ററപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തേക്കാം. സോ
രണ്ടത്തിലൊക്കെ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്തത്, അപ്പൊ എന്തായാലും ഇന്ററപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യും.
Yeah, so sorry for that. If I understood what happened, why Preeti couldn't join. I joined from my secondary Google account. That's why I couldn't let Preeti come inside. Yeah. അപ്പം പ്രേമിനോട് എനിക്കൊരു ചോദ്യം. This job, was it before you did your M.Tech at IIT or after that?
no, after
Okay.
basically after 2016. So the experience at IIT was also pretty good because I had access to world-class equipment, like used for material science research, like proper material science research, like TEM, SEM, which I just learned in books. I never thought I could have access to those in real life, but there it was.
But what was your master's in, if I may?
Industrial Metallurgy.
God.
Yeah. So that was really a fascinating experience. And of course, it added to my skill set a little bit of material characterization and those kind of skills, which I never thought would come into my skill set.
അവിടെ നിന്ന്
Then-
ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ കിട്ടാൻ കുറച്ച് ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടില്ല. ലൈക്ക് യൂഷ്വലി യു എൻഡ് അപ്പ് ഇൻ മെറ്റലർജിക്കൽ റിസർച്ച് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട്സ് വിച്ച് ആർ മോസ്റ്റ്ലി സെൻട്രൽ ഗവൺമെന്റ്, ഓർ യു ഗോ ഫോർ PhDs. ലൈക്ക് ഒരു ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ ജോബ് കിട്ടാൻ കുറച്ച് ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടില്ലേ കണക്ഷൻ?
Yeah, so mostly European. So like the top 3 rankers, they get to go to Germany to do their project, which is called DAD. So I'm sorry about the noise. Sorry. So,
Did you say DAD?
Yeah, that is like a DAAD. It's like a
Okay.
fully paid scholarship. You can go to Germany, it's fully paid.
Okay.
Yeah, and people do save a lot of money, while doing that research. Um, like, but unfortunately, I couldn't get an opportunity there. And there was also another thing called, Shell PhD scholarship, which was also pretty interesting. But like, nobody got it in our institute. So,
No, but
it
what
was
is the
pretty
criteria for
complicated.
that? Like how do people get into that? Like, നമ്മൾ എങ്ങനെ പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് for that?
like for that shell thing, it was like a 3-year PhD program, and basically they demand good scores, good academics,
Mhm.
and some knowledge in energy industry like oil and gas. If you have like knowledge of all the processes, downstream processes, upstream, and there is a lot of things involved in that. There's a it's not a it's not like a straightforward application process where you post your resume and cover letter.
Mhm.
You have a set of questionnaire, workplace ethics and everything, downstream process and everything, which
Mhm.
is quite which takes about an hour or so. And you can also have a recommendation letter from a person who is working in Shell. That will also add to the resume. I did all those, but I still get me through.
അപ്പൊ എന്തോ മിസ്സിംഗ്
That is
ആയിരുന്നു, സംതിങ് വാസ്
cross.
മിസ്സിംഗ്.
On the
Yeah,
contrary, that is pretty straightforward. Like only thing is you have to be in the list of colleges that's recognized within it.
yeah,
Another permanent program ആവണമെന്നില്ല. Even if you're going on exchange or temporary programs as well, they are also covered under that. അതൊരു ഭയങ്കര അത്യാവശ്യം നല്ലതായിട്ട് കവറേജ് ഉള്ളൊരു ആപ്ലിക്കേഷനാണ്. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് MBA എക്സ്ചേഞ്ച് പ്രോഗ്രാം ഒക്കെ വരുമ്പോഴും for Germany it's a pretty recognized scholarship.
സർ ഇത് പോസ്റ്റ് MBA ആണോ അതോ പോസ്റ്റ് പ്രേം പഠിച്ചെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞത് M.Tech അല്ലേ അല്ലേ
M.Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah,
സെംടെക്കിന്റെ മേജർ പ്രോജക്റ്റ് ഇല്ലേ, സോ തീസസ് സബ്മിഷൻ അങ്ങനത്തെ സാധനങ്ങൾ ചിലത് യു കൻ വർക്ക് ഇൻ എസ്റ്റാബ്ലിഷ് കമ്പനീസ് അറ്റ് ടൈംസ്,
yeah,
ക്യാമ്പസ് ആയിട്ട് ടൈ അപ്പ് ഉണ്ടായിട്ട്.
yeah. But for us, it was like there were two professors who had connections with German universities, and then they went to Germany and did research in that. Um,
Okay,
there
that
are
brings me to another question. So, ഇപ്പൊ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത് the same field തന്നെയാണോ അതോ is it different?
ഇപ്പോൾ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന IT ഡൊമൈനിലാണ് ബേസിക്കലി. you know, I happen to be in this field. It's not what I actually prefer, but like it's kind of like a support or a basically a addition to my project management skills, like transferable skills to the industry, which is um, it is basically I didn't have much idea coming into Canada uh, which domain would be better for me. I like doing design, engineering design with SolidWorks and AutoCAD, and there were lots of opportunities too. But like they had certain set criterion and this Canadian experience thing, which was very prohibitive, uh, and obviously kind of a little frustrating. uh, Nowadays, like people demand EIT designation, like engineering training, like
Sorry, what does
yeah,
that mean? I didn't understand
yeah.
what that means.
So there is an organization called PEO, Professional Engineers Ontario, over here. So they are an agency which gives you a designation called PEng, or Professional Engineer. So like as a prelude to that, so initially you have to work under a professional engineer for a period of 2 years. So so they will give you a designation called EIT when you submit your all your transcripts and resume, cover letter, and proof of work experience, and amongst others. And once you submit that, uh, they will give you an interview. So if you pass the interview, you go straight through and you get a EIT designation, and then you have to work under a professional engineer. Otherwise, you will be asked to write exams in 4 qualifying subjects that you've done in your engineering course. And if you pass 2 of them, the other 2 are waived off.
Okay.
But
And
then
then
what does that, so if you become an EIT,
yeah,
what is the advantage that you get from that?
yeah. So basically, EIT is like it's like a certification or something like that, which distinguishes us from the rest of the pack, basically. And it's always good to have an EIT designation in the near future, because even all the newcomer agencies in Canada suggest taking EIT, even the engineers as well. Um, So
But it sounds complicated, and I hear mixed feelings. So how do you summarize your migration or immigration story?
oh, okay, sorry. Uh, so like obviously, the reason why I immigrated to Canada was like, in my experience, if I say, the primary reason was like I wanted a better life, and in India, obviously, um, it would have been possible, because uh, given it was a, I had a tag and everything, but like, somehow it was not working out for me. For me, it was not working out, and I had to find a way out somehow. So I found this opportunity when I was doing my project in Mumbai, and then I started applying, and then finally done all the paperwork, and then it took me like a year or so. After that, I migrated to Canada, because it is closer to US, and also Canadian citizenship was also in my mind at some
Right.
point, because obviously, yeah, I want a better life and
Yeah.
a better
Okay.
future.
So ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾക്ക് വേറൊരാള് മെറ്റലർജി or മെക്കാനിക്കൽ പഠിച്ച ആൾക്ക് കാനഡയിലേക്ക് വരാൻ, do you have any recommendation or things to look out?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So what I would recommend is, as far as the job research and everything, as far as the job research that I've conducted, and from my own personal experience, or what I would recommend to my juniors and fellow students, current students, is that uh, they have to take some real experience in some really good company for, if they don't get into a good company initially, they have to get into some good company for a period of 2 years, work there with using AutoCAD and SolidWorks using industry standards.
Mhm.
Or another thing I would recommend is, if you can migrate to the Middle East, like a lot of our students, a lot of our people migrate to the Middle East. So if you can migrate to Middle East, the Middle East experience is really valued over here. Like, and if you have experience in AutoCAD and SolidWorks, and then you could get a job. And another emerging field is automation. There's a lot of scope in automation nowadays, a lot of jobs, and a lot of especially like even simulation softwares like RS Logics 5000, etc., are really valued. Experience in that is really valued, and a lot of jobs offered
Okay.
on offer.
That's
Just
a
to add,
great recommendation. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
ഇല്ല ജസ്റ്റ് ടു ആഡ് ടു ദ മിക്സ് ലൈക്ക് ഇപ്പം നമ്മുടെ ക്യാമ്പസിൽ നിന്ന് പലർക്കും ഇൻഫോസിസ് ആണ് സാധാരണ ഓപ്പൺ അപ്പ് ആവാറുള്ള ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റി. ഇപ്പം ഈവൻ അങ്ങനെ പോകുന്നവർക്കും ഈ ലൈനിലേക്ക് മാറാൻ ചിലപ്പോൾ ഓപ്ഷൻസ് കിട്ടാറുണ്ട്. ലൈക്ക് ഇൻഫോസിസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ TCSനൊക്കെ കോർ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് സർവീസസ് ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പം നമ്മുടെ ബാച്ച് തന്നെ കയറിയ പലർക്കും ദേ വർ ഏബിൾ ടു മൂവ് ടു ദാറ്റ് സൈഡ് ഓഫ് ഡിസൈനിങ്, വർക്കിംഗ് ഫോർ കമ്പനീസ്, വർക്കിംഗ് മോസ്റ്റ്ലി എയർക്രാഫ്റ്റ് കമ്പനീസ്, ടർബൈൻ ഡിസൈനിങ് ആൻഡ് സ്റ്റഫ്. ആൻഡ് കുറെ പേര് അതിൽ യൂറോപ്പ് മൂവ് ഓവർ ടു യൂറോപ്പ്.
Yeah.
But were they lucky, or they had a
Yeah,
chance?
in Infosys, people working in Infosys, what I recommend is, like, if they have some experience in Python, like junior, there's an offer in, there was a company called Safran. They developed some system called George, which is a web-based system, and they kind of use web developing skills, mechanical engineering knowledge, and some Python, and they could easily get into that job. It pays really well, like about $30 per hour, which is quite impressive. And they are really looking for people. It's a good time to migrate to Canada as well.
So I think Preeti was supposed to be the anchor for today, but she hasn't talked at all today. Let's give her a chance.
Okay.
So how do you find the switch? Like, at least I gathered that you're working in a managerial position now. How do you find the switch? And how did you get into that position?
Okay, so this was really fortunate offer, and I chanced to be here. It was not like it was by accident. So, like this is a 94-year-old organization, this Commissionaires of Great Lakes. It's basically a federal organization, but it has many branches that are independent of each other. They have a certain level of autonomy, but all the major decisions go to Commissioners Ottawa, which is the major federal division. And like we have major so like I how I ended up here is like I applied through Indeed, and then had a few references as well, and then they conducted an interview, and then I got in. Basically I started in the bare minimum level. Like I was like helping people with the system. Like they taught me some of the basics of the system, and then I had to help people, and then slowly like a lot of the ERP aspects were taught to me, and then I had to manage the ERP, basically username password management, raising tickets and all things. And then I deployed hardware which was integrated with the cloud-based software. Then I had to talk with the developer team, and also there were all sorts of work going on. And currently, very recently, my role was changed from a basic ERP Project Associate role to an IT integration role. Yeah, which was great. Yeah, that was my journey so far in Commissioners. And also like I would say this project management experience, but we didn't use the major software tools like Primavera, P6, and uh, like what do you say, Microsoft Project and VCO, uh, but there were some concepts in project management which were like done.
Do you get a pension? I mean, it's a federal.
Yeah, it's like a government organization basically.
Oh, so you will get a pension at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So in America, there's really no concept of pension anymore. Like this, you get 401k and that's it. Like take your money and go. Like we are not going to give you a pension, but it's good to know that you get a pension.
Are they even in India, if you work for a PSU, it has turned to contributory pension right now? Like that.
Oh, is it?
Only
Okay.
only for central government departments you have a pension.
Mhm.
Even public sector undertakings don't give you a pension. You have to go for contributory pension.
Oh, okay.
But they do have this choice option, right? You could choose either between pension.
I was working in a public sector undertaking for long, so
Okay.
it's contributed. They don't have a concept of pension. I mean, some of them do additional go an additional step that like അവര് നമ്മളിടുന്ന എമൗണ്ടിന്റെ equivalent അല്ലെ 100% കമ്പനീസ് ഇടാൻ തയ്യാറാവും if you choose to do that.
Yeah.
But as such ഒരു pension trust എന്നൊരു സംഭവം ഞാൻ ഇതുവരെ അധികം കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mainly
they're
for
removing the
PSUs.
pension. Yeah, we had a lot of people to take care. Our government പറ്റില്ല.
അപ്പൊ അതിൽ കൂടുതൽ ആൾക്കാരുള്ള രാജ്യത്തെ പറ്റി നമ്മൾ സംസാരിക്കുന്നത്.
ഒരു ചോദ്യം ഉള്ളത് പ്രേമിനോട്. സോ പ്രേം മുംബൈയിൽ, ഐ മീൻ you told that you have worked for a company where you did a project for VIP Industries, right?
Yes.
Related to warehouse design. So
Yes.
is it somewhere related to the work that you do right now? I know that ERP, warehouse, everything is kind of connected, right? So was it helpful for you when you applied for this job in Canada?
No, it's quite
വെയർഹൗസിന്റെ സ്ട്രക്ചറിലല്ലേ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തത്.
Yeah, I
അവൻ
think
വെയർഹൗസ് മാനേജ്മെന്റ് അല്ല, വെയർഹൗസിന്റെ ഫിസിക്കൽ സ്ട്രക്ചറിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തത്.
he built the warehouse, I think, right?
Yeah.
മോഡിഫൈഡ്.
Yeah, but I'm happy that Vishnu asked that question because
അല്ല, വിഷ്ണുവിന് ഇതിന് ഇൻപുട്സ് ഇട്ട് അവൻ ഇപ്പൊ അതിലാ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, വെയർഹൗസ് മാനേജ്മെന്റ്.
yeah.
എന്തെങ്കിലും കിട്ടിയാൽ നമുക്ക് പഴയതൊക്കെ പ്രയോഗിക്കാം.
Sorry.
So what is the ERP system that you use currently?
It is totally different. It's night and day basically. This ERP is used in the security system. It's a security company basically, or like basically we are the largest employer of war veterans in Canada basically. So like it's basically like you might have heard. So anybody from Toronto here?
ആദ്യമായിട്ട് ഒരു കോളില്ല, സാധാരണ എല്ലാ കോളിലും 2-3
Okay, so like you might have all heard of G4S. No.
What is that? What is G4S?
Okay, so
അത് പറയാതിരിക്കാനാ ചോദിച്ചു, ആരെങ്കിലും അറിയാവുന്നുണ്ടോ?
So G4S is basically it's an internationally acclaimed security company. They do have some security services
Oh,
provided in the Middle
G4S.
East.
They're the ones that take care of the actual physical security person in the offices, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
they send
So
security personnel to the office.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
Hari,
that's
I
what.
think you remember Broadcom security guys and all. They were from G4S.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Okay, now
big organization.
now
ഓ
we know.
ഓക്കെ ഞാൻ ടാഗ് കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്
Yeah.
G4S കുറെ യൂണിഫോംസിൽ.
Correct. Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
ഞാൻ വിചാരിച്ചു അതൊക്കെ നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിലുള്ള ലോക്കൽ ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ ആണ് ഞാൻ വിചാരിച്ചത്.
Okay,
ഞാൻ
so
അവരെ പുച്ഛിച്ചു.
അല്ല ചിലപ്പോ യൂണിഫോമിന്റെ G4S വെറുതെ അടിച്ചതും ആവാം.
yeah, so you were saying something about G4S, എന്തായിരുന്നു you?
So we are a similar organization, and I'm in the IT and backend stuff and everything.
Understood.
Do you have a potential to switch into your core engineering role within the company?
We don't have any core
Within the
engineering
company,
roles
within the-
currently in the company, but I'm actually attempting for any core engineering company.
Okay.
Talking about future plans, I think you mentioned that proximity to US. So what's your ultimate goal? Like migrate to the US? Or
Yes, at some point of time. Most probably it will be Texas, because I have my aunt, my kunyamma, I should say. Yeah, she's saying
കുഞ്ഞമ്മയുടെ മോനുണ്ട് അവിടെ, ഞാൻ അങ്ങോട്ട് പോകും.
yeah. And the kunyamma, and talking about my kunyamma and her son. So he's almost about to complete his graduation at UT Austin. And
Smart
he
guy.
was part of Guadalupe Hyperloop project. Like he's one
Wow.
of the lead.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So his name is Aditya Ranjit. Yeah.
Is he an
കുറെ കിടക്കങ്ങനെ പത്രത്തിൽ വായിക്കാതെ തന്നെ.
Yeah.
I think this is an interesting topic, because നമ്മൾ ആദ്യമായിട്ടാണ് കാനഡയിൽ നിന്നിട്ട് യുഎസിലേക്ക് മൈഗ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ താല്പര്യമുള്ള ഒരാൾ സംസാരിക്കുന്നത്. ഇവിടെ ആഗ്രഹം ഉണ്ടാവും, ബട്ട് ഓൾറെഡി ഐ തിങ്ക് യു റിസർച്ച് കുറച്ച് നടത്തിയിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. So what is the path from Canada to US?
Basically, like after 3 years of permanent residency in Canada, I'm eligible to apply for Canadian citizenship. So planning to apply for a transnational visa, TN visa, and like then all countries which are part of the NAFTA agreement, I could migrate to and basically work there. So that's what my plan is.
H1B വേണ്ട തോന്നുന്നു അല്ലേ, Canadian citizens US വരാനായിട്ട്?
Yeah,
Actually, the condition is you need to have a job offer in hand. And if you have the job offer in hand, you can literally walk to a border post and get the visa done on the spot.
That's right.
എന്റെ മാനേജർ ഒരു പ്രോ കനേഡിയൻ ആണ് പുള്ളിക്കാരി. എനിക്ക് സിറ്റിസൺ ആവണ്ട, but I can work here എന്ന് ഇടയ്ക്ക് പറയാറുണ്ട്.
അല്ല എന്തിനാ പുള്ളി സിറ്റിസൺ ആവുന്നത്? പുള്ളിക്ക് അത്രയും ബെനിഫിറ്റ്സ് അവിടെ നിന്ന് ഗവൺമെന്റിൽ നിന്ന് കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ട്. സിറ്റിസൺഷിപ്പ് പുള്ളി എന്തിനാ കളയാണ്? എന്തെങ്കിലും അസുഖം വന്ന് വണ്ടി ഓടിച്ച് പോയപ്പോ.
I think you can have dual citizenship with US and Canada.
In the
also,
US,
right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
One prime example is Elon Musk.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
ആസ്പിറേഷൻസ് കണ്ടില്ലേ? അവിടെയാണ് നമ്മൾ എത്തേണ്ടത്. വഴിയിൽ കുറെ കല്ലുമുള്ളൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടാവും, ബട്ട് വി റീച്ച് ദാറ്റ്.
Role model is Elon Musk.
അതാണ് ആ ഒരു ടെക്കും ആ ഒരു മെക്കും ആ ഒരു കോമ്പറ്റീഷനും. And that too, Elon Musk ഇറങ്ങി ടെക്സസിലേക്ക് മാറ്റി ബേസ്.
Correct, yeah.
അതാണ് ടെക്സസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്.
I think in another 5 years, when we have the next session with Ashwin, with Prem, he'll be in Austin, not in Canada.
വിഷ്ണുവും പ്രേമും കൂടെ മുട്ടിച്ചെടുപ്പുണ്ടാവും.
So talking about the memories in SCT, it was a wonderful, especially the bus moment shared in bus with Mr. Vishnu. It was
Yeah, we never had that
wonderful.
experience. Like
അത് വിഷ്ണുവിന് മാത്രമേ റിലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ.
yeah, like so
ഏത് ബസ് ഞാൻ ബസ് നോക്കുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, which bus? SCT ബസ് ആണ്.
I think A or B. We were in A bus, right?
അതെ, ഒരുപാടൊന്നും ഇല്ലായിരുന്നു.
B bus നമ്മുടെ മെഡിക്കൽ
ഞാൻ
കോളേജ്.
പറയുന്നത് പബ്ലിക് ട്രാൻസ്പോർട്ട് അല്ല, നമ്മുടെ കോളേജിൽ
സ്വന്തം ബസ്.
Okay.
സ്വന്തം ബസ് കോളേജ് ബസ് എന്ന് പറയണം, KSRTC അല്ലേ?
So
Let's,
we had like Ajay Krishna undanu, and then we had Sharat Sudesh.
yeah.
Yeah. So like we were a team, and
We never
and also
experienced that actually. Like, നമ്മളാരും we were all hostelers. We never experienced that.
yeah. And then of course class mechanical M1 and M12 until M8, and our class rep is here. So like
But Tariq was a class rep.
ഞാനാണ് ഹതഭാഗ്യൻ.
ക്ലാസ് റെപ്പ്.
അല്ലെ, ഈയിടയ്ക്ക് I was watching some YouTube video. അതിൻ്റെ അകത്ത് they talked about condemnation. അന്നേരം ഞാൻ ആലോചിച്ച് ഇത് അങ്ങനെ ഒരു സംഭവമാണ്. ഇഫ് യു ഡോണ്ട് ഹാവ് ഇനഫ് അറ്റൻഡൻസ് യു ഹാവ് ടു പേ കണ്ടനേഷൻ ഫീ ആൻഡ് ദെൻ ഓൺലി യു ക്യാൻ റൈറ്റ് ദി എക്സാം. അന്നേരം ആലോചിച്ച് ഇപ്പം മനസ്സിലായി വൈ ഐ ഡോണ്ട് റിമെമ്പർ ദിസ് attendance thing, because I used to pay condemnation to write the exam.
മെക്ക് ബാച്ചില് ആകെ ഒരാളെ കണ്ട് കണ്ടീഷൻ ഉള്ളൂ ഇൻ ഓൾ 3 years, S3 to S8. അതായിരുന്നു എന്റെ റെസ്യൂമെ പോയിന്റ്.
അല്ല, കണ്ടനേഷൻ എന്താ, നമുക്ക് 2 തവണ എന്തോ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ.
2 തവണ കണ്ടീഷൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ, പിന്നെ ഇയർ ഔട്ടോ.
പിന്നെ ഇയർ ഔട്ടോ അല്ലേ?
എല്ലാവർക്കും ഡ്യൂട്ടി ലീവ് എഴുതലായിരുന്നു എന്റെ പ്രധാന പണി.
yeah. And the memories when we went to IV, നമ്മള് ഇനീഷ്യലി നമ്മൾ കേരളത്തിൽ വെച്ച് ചുമ്മാ ജസ്റ്റ് ഫോർ leisure we played the cards, and when it was Kollam railway station, they just sieged it and they just went just like that. So after that we started playing, and then I remember Tariq telling, don't worry about things after Kerala, I'll manage it.
കേരളം വിട്ടാ ഞാൻ നോക്കിക്കോളാം.
കേരളത്തിൽ അഡ്ജസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യും, ബാക്കി ഞാൻ ഏറ്റു. പക്ഷെ ഐവിക്ക് കിട്ടില്ലായിരുന്നു. ലൈക്ക് നമ്മൾ പോയ സമയത്തായിരുന്നു അയോധ്യ വേർഡിക്റ്റ് വരുന്നത്, ഹൈദരാബാദിൽ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന സമയത്ത്. കറക്റ്റ് ആ ദിവസമായിരുന്നു ഡിസിഷൻ വരുന്നത്. ഫുൾ ഡേ ഹോട്ടലിനകത്തിരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു, ലൈക്ക് എപ്പ അടിയൊരു പേടിച്ചിട്ട്. അഡ്വഞ്ചറസ് ഐവിയ. ഗോവ എത്തിയപ്പോഴാണ് ടെൻഷൻ ഫ്രീ ആയി.
Goa. Yeah.
Okay, so why do you miss in SCT now?
Of course, so I heard one of the podcasts, and I heard you guys discussing about the chayakada, താഴത്തെ മറ്റേ ആൽമരത്തിന്റെ താഴെയുള്ള ചായക്കട. Man, that was fun, And of course, when you cross the road and go to Shabir Ka's
capital.
And AKP, APK,
APM.
APM, yeah, APM.
So
പുതിയ ഫുൾ റീമോഡൽ ചെയ്ത് വേറെ ലെവലായി.
So capital they converted it to a restaurant also. Now you can get food there. Yeah, Shabir Khan, he started a restaurant there. Yeah.
അത് ആകെയുള്ള ഒരു ബേക്കറി അല്ലേ നമ്മുടെ കോളേജിന്റെ ഫ്രണ്ടില്.
ഇപ്പൊ കോളേജിന്റെ ഫ്രണ്ട് ഇപ്പൊ ഒന്നും മനസ്സിലാവില്ല.
അത്
ഫുള്ള് 4-way ആയി, ലൈക്ക് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ബിൽഡിംഗ്സ് കട്ടൗട്ട് ഫുൾ 4-way.
കൺസ്ട്രക്ഷന്റെ സമയത്ത് ഞാൻ പോയിട്ട് ATM കണ്ട് ഞെട്ടിപ്പോയി. എങ്ങനെയാണ് ATM?
I went to APM.
ട്രാൻസ്ഫോർമേഷൻ എന്നൊക്കെ പറയില്ലേ,
ഫുഡ് സെയിം, സ്ട്രക്ചർ മാത്രമേ മാറിയുള്ളൂ.
ATMന്റെ ഫുഡിനെ കുറ്റം പറയരുത്. ATMന്റെ
ഫുഡ് സെയിം ആണെന്ന് പറയാം, അത് റീറ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടെന്ന് പറയും.
ATM ഒരു വികാരമാണ്. പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് എനിക്ക് ആ കഥകൾ പിന്നെ എന്റെ പോഡ്കാസ്റ്റിൽ പറയാം.
സ്ഥിരമായിട്ട് നമ്മളൊക്കെ കഴിക്കുന്ന സ്ഥലങ്ങളല്ലേ ഇതൊക്കെ.
So I had a brief stint in NIST, Papanangod as well. So
okay.
Like then yeah, so that
സ്ഥിരം പറ്റായിരുന്നല്ലേ.
Yeah. Vishnu, Preeti, do we want to wrap up? I think it's 12:15, almost half an hour, right?
Yeah, so I don't think I have any other questions to Prem. So thank you, Prem, for coming on board and sharing your experiences. Really appreciate all the insights that you have given today, and I believe this will be helpful for students, especially from mechanical, who are thinking of migrating to Canada on a PR. I think there will be some people who will be reaching out to you with questions, obviously, and given the person you are, I am sure that you will be able to help them. All right, thank you.
Sure, definitely. Yeah, any questions, please reach out to me. So, or Atul, I can share my email ID as well. You can email to me. No worries.
I think the description also will have your LinkedIn ID. So if people want to reach out, it makes it easier for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Any other parting thoughts?
No?
Yeah, I think I'll just close the streaming